I want you to listen carefully, for what I am about to share with you is of utmost importance. It is the key that unlocks the door to your wildest dreams, the bridge that spans the chasm between your current reality and the life you've always imagined. Are you ready to embark on this transformative journey? Are you prepared to witness the miraculous unfoldment of your desires? Then let us begin. First and foremost, we must understand that the world we perceive with our physical senses is but a shadow, a reflection of a greater reality that exists within us. This inner world, this realm of imagination, is the true source of all that we experience in our outer world. It is the workshop wherein we craft our destinies, the sacred space where we commune with the divine. Consider for a moment the nature of your desires. What is it that you truly want? Is it wealth beyond measure, perfect health, a loving relationship, a fulfilling career? Whatever it may be, I want you to know that it already exists within you. Yes, you heard me correctly. Everything you want, everything you've ever dreamed of, is already a part of you, waiting to be recognized, waiting to be brought forth into expression. You see, my dear friends, we live in an infinite universe of possibilities. Every conceivable state, every potential experience already exists in what I call the dimensionally larger world of which we are all a part. Your task, then, is not to create these desires anew, but to select them, to choose them from the infinite array of possibilities that surround you at every moment. But how, you may ask, do we make this selection? How do we bring forth our desires from the realm of potential into the world of actuality? The answer, my friends, lies in the power of your imagination. For it is through the faculty of imagination that we connect with the dimensionally larger world, that we tap into the infinite reservoir of all possibilities. Imagination, you see, is not some frivolous faculty meant only for children and artists. No, imagination is the very substance of reality. It is, as William Blake so eloquently put it, the real and eternal world of which this vegetable universe is but a faint shadow when you imagine. You are engaging in the highest form of creative activity. You are literally shaping the substance of your reality. Now, let us delve deeper into the mechanics of this process. When I say that everything you want is about to appear all at once, I am not speaking metaphorically. I am describing a literal truth about the nature of manifestation. You see, in the realm of imagination, in the dimensionally larger world, there is no time as we understand it in our physical experience. All possibilities exist simultaneously, eternally present in what we might call a divine now. When you imagine your desire fulfilled, when you assume the feeling of the wish fulfilled, you are not creating something new. Rather, you are selecting a state, a version of reality that already exists. You are tuning your consciousness to a particular frequency, aligning yourself with a specific possibility from the infinite array that surrounds you. This is why I often speak of the importance of living in the end. By this, I mean that you must assume the consciousness, the feeling, the inner conviction of already being or having that which you desire. For in truth, in the realm of imagination, you already are, and have everything you could ever want. Your task is simply to align your consciousness with this truth. Let me give you an example to illustrate this point. Suppose you desire financial abundance. Instead of focusing on your current lack, on the bills that need to be paid, or the debts that weigh upon you, I urge you to assume the feeling of already being financially free. Feel the relief, the joy, the sense of security that comes with having more than enough. Live from that state. Make it your new reality in imagination. As you do this, as you persist in this assumption, you will begin to notice changes in your outer world. Opportunities will arise. Unexpected sources of income will appear. Your entire financial situation will begin to shift. And here's the crucial point. These changes are not caused by your imaginal act. Rather, they are the outer manifestation, the shadow of the shift that has already occurred within you. This is what I mean when I say that everything you want is about to appear all at once. In the moment that you truly assume the feeling of the wish fulfilled, in the instant that you align your consciousness with the desired state, you have already received it. The outer manifestation is simply catching up to the inner reality you have chosen. Now I can sense that some of you may be skeptical. You may be thinking, but Neville, I've tried visualization, I've tried positive thinking, and nothing has changed to this. I say, examine carefully the nature of your imaginal acts. Are you truly living from the end? Are you fully embodying the state of your wish fulfilled? Or are you simply wishing, hoping, yearning for a change? You see, there is a world of difference between mere wishing and the kind of imaginative act one I'm describing. Wishing implies lack. It reinforces the absence of your desire. But when you assume the feeling of the wish fulfilled, when you live from the end, you are acknowledging the presence of your desire. You are aligning with its reality. Moreover, you must persist in your assumption. The Bible tells us to pray without ceasing, and this is what is meant by that instruction. Your prayer is not a verbal petition to some external deity. Your prayer is the feeling, the inner conviction of already being or having that which you desire. And you must hold to this feeling, this conviction, regardless of any apparent contradictions in your outer world. This brings us to another crucial point, the importance of detachment. When I say that everything you want is about to appear all at once, I do not mean that you should anxiously await its arrival, constantly checking to see if it has manifested. Such behavior only reinforces the sense of lack, the feeling of not yet having your desire. Instead, you must cultivate a sense of calm certainty, a quiet confidence that your desire is already yours. This is what is meant by the biblical injunction to be still and know that I am God. In the stillness of your imagination, in the quiet certainty of your assumption, you are God in the act of creation. Let us explore this concept further. When you truly understand that everything you want is about to appear all at once, you will find that your entire relationship with desire changes. No longer will you be consumed by anxious longing, by the feeling of lack or want. Instead, you will experience a profound sense of fulfillment, a deep inner peace that comes from knowing that all is well, that all your desires are already realized in the realm of imagination. This shift in consciousness is transformative. It liberates you from the tyranny of external circumstances, from the ups and downs of worldly events. For when you know that everything you want is about to appear all at once, when you live from this truth, you become impervious to disappointment, immune to discouragement. Consider for a moment how this understanding might change your daily life. Imagine waking up each morning with the unshakable conviction that this day holds infinite possibilities, that everything you've ever wanted is on the verge of manifestation. How would you move through your day? How would you interact with others? How would you respond to challenges? You would, I submit, move through your day with grace and ease, with a sense of joyful anticipation. You would interact with others from a place of abundance, of generosity, knowing that your good is assured. You would face challenges not as obstacles, but as opportunities for growth, as stepping stones on the path to your desired end. This, my friends, is the true power of living from the end, of assuming the feeling of the wish fulfilled. It is not merely a technique for manifesting specific desires, though it certainly can be used for that purpose. More fundamentally, it is a way of being in the world, a state of consciousness that aligns you with the creative power of the universe itself. Now, some of you may be wondering about the mechanics of this process. How, you might ask, does our inner state affect our outer reality? The answer lies in the nature of consciousness itself. You see, consciousness is the only reality. The world you perceive with your physical senses is not separate from you. It is an extension of your consciousness, a projection of your consciousness. This is why I often say that there is no such thing as an external cause. All causes are mental. Your outer world, your experiences, your circumstances are all reflections of your inner state. When you change your inner state, when you assume a new state of consciousness, your outer world must change to reflect this new inner reality. This is not magic, though it may seem magical to those who do not understand the law. It is simply the way the universe operates. It is the law of consciousness, the fundamental principle underlying all creation. And it is this law that ensures that everything you want is about to appear all at once. But let us be clear. When I say that everything is about to appear all at once, I do not necessarily mean that all your desires will manifest simultaneously in your physical reality. The timing and manner of the outer manifestation are not for you to determine. Your task is simply to maintain the inner state, to live from the end, to persist in the assumption that your desire is already fulfilled. The outer manifestation will take care of itself. It will unfold in perfect timing, in a way that is in harmony with the totality of your being and the greater good of all. Your job is not to manipulate external circumstances, but to maintain the inner conviction, the feeling of the wish fulfilled. This brings us to another important point, the role of action in this process. Some may interpret this teaching as an invitation to passivity, as suggesting that we need not take any action in the physical world. This is a misunderstanding. Action is a vital part of the creative process, but it must be inspired action, action that flows naturally from your assumed state. When you truly live from the end, when you fully embody the state of your wish fulfilled, you will find yourself naturally inspired to take the right actions. These actions will not feel like effort or struggle. They will feel natural, effortless, as if you are being guided by an invisible hand. This is because in a very real sense, you are being guided. By assuming the state of your wish fulfilled, you are aligning yourself with the creative power of the universe. You are tapping into a wisdom that far exceeds your limited conscious mind. And this wisdom will guide you, will inspire you to take the perfect actions to bring about the manifestation of your desire. So do not worry about what you should do or how you should do it. Focus instead on maintaining the feeling of the wish fulfilled. Live from that state, and the right actions will present themselves to you at the perfect time. This is the true meaning of seeking first the kingdom, of prioritizing the inner state over external actions. Now I want to address a question that often arises when I discuss these principles. Some may ask, but Neville, what about the desires of others? What if what I want conflicts with what someone else wants? This is a natural concern, but it arises from a misunderstanding of the nature of consciousness and creation. You see, in the dimensionally larger world, in the realm of pure possibility, there is no conflict. All desires can be fulfilled, all states can be realized without impinging on the desires or states of others. It is only in our limited physical perception that we experience conflict and scarcity. When you assume the feeling of the wish fulfilled, when you live from the end, you are not taking anything away from anyone else. You are simply aligning yourself with a version of reality where your desire is fulfilled. And in that reality, in that state, everyone else's desires are fulfilled as well, in a way that is in perfect harmony with the whole. This is why I often say that there is no competition in the kingdom of God. In the realm of imagination, in the dimensionally larger world, there is infinite abundance. There is more than enough for everyone. Your good does not come at the expense of another's good. In fact, as you realize your desires, as you manifest your good, you are contributing to the good of all. So do not hesitate to imagine freely, to assume the state of your wish fulfilled, regardless of how it might appear to affect others. Trust in the wisdom of the universe, in the perfect outworking of the law. Know that as you align yourself with your desires, you are aligning yourself with the highest good for all concerned. This understanding liberates you from guilt, from the fear of being selfish or greedy. It allows you to desire boldly, to imagine grandly, knowing that your good is part of the greater good, that your fulfillment contributes to the fulfillment of all. Now, let us delve even deeper into the mechanics of manifestation. When I say that everything you want is about to appear all at once, I am pointing to a fundamental truth about the nature of time and consciousness. You see, in the realm of imagination, in the dimensionally larger world, there is no time as we understand it in our physical experience. All states, all possibilities exist simultaneously in what we might call an eternal now. When you imagine your desire fulfilled, when you assume the feeling of the wish fulfilled, you are not creating something new in the future. You are selecting a state that already exists. You are tuning your consciousness to a reality that is already present in the eternal now. This is why the feeling is so crucial. The feeling is the secret, the bridge between the world of imagination and the world of physical experience. When you capture the feeling of the wish fulfilled, when you embody the state of having or being what you desire, you are literally stepping into that reality. You are aligning your consciousness with the version of you who already has what you want. And here's the miraculous part. The moment you do this, the moment you truly capture that feeling and hold to it, everything begins to shift. The entire universe reconfigures itself to match your new inner state. This is not metaphor or poetic license. It is a literal description of how reality operates. Your outer world, you see, is nothing more than a shadow, a reflection of your inner state. As you change your inner state, as you assume a new state of consciousness, your outer world must change to reflect this new reality. It has no choice. It is simply following the law of consciousness, the fundamental principle that underlies all creation. This is why persistence is so crucial. When you first assume a new state, when you first capture the feeling of the wish fulfilled, your outer world may not immediately reflect this change. This is because there is often a time lag between the inner shift and its outer manifestation. During this period, it may seem as if nothing is happening. The temptation may be to give up, to conclude that it's not working. But this is precisely when you must hold fast to your assumption, when you must persist in the feeling of the wish fulfilled. Remember, the outer world is catching up to your new inner reality. Everything is in motion, everything is shifting to align with your new state. But this rearrangement takes time in our physical experience. Your task is to maintain your new state, regardless of any apparent contradictions in your outer world. This is what is meant by living by faith. Faith in this context is not blind belief in something unseen. It is the evidence of things not seen with the physical eye, but perceived clearly with the eye of imagination. It is the unwavering conviction that what you have imagined, what you have assumed in consciousness, is already a reality. As you persist in this faith, as you hold fast to the feeling of the wish fulfilled, you will begin to notice changes in your outer world. At first, these changes may be subtle. You might notice small synchronicities, seemingly chance encounters or events that align with your desire. These are signs that the law is working, that the universe is responding to your new state. As you continue to persist, these changes will become more pronounced. Opportunities will arise, circumstances will shift. People will enter or exit your life, all in perfect alignment with your assumed state. And then, often when you least expect it, your desire will manifest fully in your physical reality. This is what I mean when I say that everything you want is about to appear all at once. In the moment that you truly assume the feeling of the wish fulfilled, in the instant that you align your consciousness with the desired state, you have already received it. The outer manifestation is simply catching up to the inner reality you have chosen. Now I want to address a common misconception about this process. Some may interpret this teaching as suggesting that we can manipulate reality to our whim, that we can force the universe to give us whatever we want. This is a misunderstanding of the law. You see, the law of consciousness is not about imposing your will on the universe. It's about aligning yourself with the creative power of the universe. It's about recognizing your oneness with the source of all creation and allowing that power to express itself through you. When you imagine your desire fulfilled, when you assume the feeling of the wish fulfilled, you are not forcing anything. You are simply choosing a state, selecting a version of reality that already exists in the dimensionally larger world. You are aligning your consciousness with a particular possibility from the infinite array that surrounds you. This alignment is not an act of force or will. It is an act of surrender, of allowing. You are surrendering your limited personal will to the greater will of your divine self, your true self, that is one with the creative power of the universe. This is why the state of relaxation is so important in this work. When you are relaxed, when you are in a state of allowing, you open yourself to the infinite possibilities that surround you. You become receptive to the guidance of your higher self, to the wisdom of the universe. So as you imagine your desire fulfilled, as you assume the feeling of the wish fulfilled, do so with a sense of ease, of relaxation. Don't strain, don't force. Simply allow yourself to sink into the feeling, to become one with the state you desire. This state of relaxed allowance is the fertile soil in which your desires take root and grow. It is the state in which miracles occur, in which the seemingly impossible becomes possible. It is the state in which everything you want appears all at once. Now, let us consider another aspect of this principle. When I say that everything you want is about to appear all at once, I am not just referring to material desires or external circumstances. This principle applies equally to inner states, to qualities of being, to ways of experiencing the world. Perhaps what you truly want is not a specific thing or circumstance, but a state of being. Perhaps you want to experience more love, more joy, more peace in your life. The principle remains the same. Assume the feeling of being loving, joyful, peaceful. Live from that state. Embody it fully in your imagination. As you do this, as you persist in this assumption, you will find that your entire experience of life begins to shift. You will attract experiences, people, circumstances that reflect and reinforce your assumed state. You will begin to see the world through new eyes, to experience reality in a new way. This is the true power of imagination. It is not just about manifesting external things or circumstances. It is about shaping your entire experience of reality, about choosing the state of consciousness from which you live your life. And here's a profound truth. As you elevate your state of consciousness, as you align yourself with higher states of being, you naturally attract experiences that match that state. The things and circumstances you once desired may manifest, but you may find that they no longer hold the same importance for you. This is because you have aligned yourself with something greater than mere material possessions or external circumstances. You have aligned yourself with the creative power of the universe itself. You have recognized your true nature as a divine being, capable of shaping reality through the power of your imagination. This recognition, this alignment with your true self, is the ultimate goal of all desire. It is the state of consciousness in which everything you want appears all at once, because you recognize that you already are everything you could ever want to be. In this state, desire itself is transformed. No longer do you desire from a place of lack or want, Instead, your desires become expressions of your divine nature, ways of bringing more love, more joy, more beauty into the world. Your life becomes a constant act of creation, a continuous unfoldment of infinite possibilities. This, my dear friends, is the promise and the potential that lies within each of you. It is the birthright of every human being, the true purpose of our existence. We are here to recognize our divine nature, to align ourselves with the creative power of the universe, and to express that power through our imagination. As you leave here today, I urge you to carry this truth with you. Remember that everything you want is about to appear all at once, not because you are going to receive something you lack, but because you are about to recognize what you already are, what you already have. Live from this truth. Assume the feeling of the wish fulfilled in every moment. Persist in your assumption regardless of any apparent contradictions in your outer world. Know that you do this. You are aligning yourself with the creative power of the universe. You are stepping into your true identity as a divine being. And as you do this, watch in wonder as your world transforms, as everything you've ever wanted begins to appear in your experience, not as something separate from you, but as a natural expression of who you truly are. Remember, the kingdom of heaven is within you. Everything you could ever want or need already exists within you. Your task is simply to recognize this truth, to live from it, to express it in your daily life. So go forth with confidence, with joy, with the unshakable knowing that everything you want is about to appear all at once. For in truth, it already has. You simply need to open your eyes to adjust your vision, to see the miraculous reality that surrounds you at every moment. This, my friends, is the promise and the power of your imagination. This is the truth of who you are and what you are capable of. Embrace it fully, live from it completely, and watch in awe as your life becomes a living testament to the creative power that resides within you. Thank you for your attention, for your openness to these truths. May you go forth and create miracles in your life and in the world around you. For you are the miracle, you are the power, you are the divine expressing itself in human form. Everything you want is about to appear all at once because you are about to recognize that you already are everything you could ever want to be. This principle, when fully understood and applied with unwavering faith, will elevate you to heights you've scarcely imagined possible. The principle I speak of is encapsulated in these simple yet profound words: act as if you are the best. No one is better than you. Now you may be thinking, Neville, isn't this arrogance? Isn't this contrary to humility and modesty? And to that I say, my dear friends, you have been misled by the limitations of your physical senses and societal conditioning. For what I speak of is not ego-driven arrogance, but rather a profound understanding of your true nature, your divine essence. Consider for a moment the nature of the universe itself. Is it not a manifestation of perfection, of divine order? And are you not an integral part of this universe, a unique expression of the divine? When you truly grasp this truth, you will understand that acting as if you are the best is not arrogance, but an alignment with your true divine nature. Let us delve deeper into this concept as it applies to your life, to your consciousness, which is the one and only reality. When you act as if you are the best, you are making a powerful declaration to your subconscious mind and to the universe at large. You are stating with absolute conviction that you embody the highest and best qualities, that you are capable of greatness in all areas of your life. This, my friends, is the secret to unlocking your full potential, to manifesting your deepest desires and grandest dreams. For your outer world is nothing more than a reflection of your inner beliefs and assumptions. When you assume the feeling of being the best, when you act from a place of unshakable confidence and self-assurance, you are reshaping your entire world. Let us explore this principle through the lens of various aspects of life. In matters of career and professional achievement, many hold themselves back, doubting their abilities, comparing themselves unfavorably to others. But I tell you, this self-doubt is the very thing that creates the experience of mediocrity and failure. When you act as if you are the best in your field, when you carry yourself with the confidence of a top performer, you are telling your subconscious mind, I am capable of greatness. I am worthy of success. Imagine, if you will, a musician preparing for a performance. If they step onto the stage doubting their abilities, comparing themselves to other musicians, how can they possibly give their best performance? But if they step onto that stage fully embodying the belief that they are the best, that no one can play this piece better than they can, their performance will be transformed. They will play with a confidence, a passion, a mastery that will captivate their audience. The same principle applies to every area of your life. Whether you are a business person closing a deal, a parent raising a child, an athlete competing in a sport, or an artist creating a masterpiece, when you act as if you are the best, you tap into a wellspring of power and ability that you may not have even known existed within you. Now, some of you may be thinking, but Neville, I'm just starting out in my field. How can I act as if I'm the best when I have so much to learn? To this I say, it is not about denying the need for growth and learning. It is about assuming the state of the person you wish to become. When you act as if you are already the best, you accelerate your growth. You attract opportunities for learning and advancement. You become a magnet for success. Remember the biblical injunction, let the weak say, I am strong. This is not about denial or deception. It is about aligning yourself with your highest potential, your divine nature. When you say, I am strong from a place of weakness, you are not lying to yourself. You are declaring your true nature, calling forth the strength that already exists within you. Let us now turn our attention to the realm of relationships and personal interactions. Many approach relationships from a place of insecurity, always seeking validation, always comparing themselves to others. But I tell you, the secret to magnetic, fulfilling relationships to act as if you are the best, to carry yourself with unshakable self-assurance and self-love. Think of self-love and confidence as a fragrance you wear. When you truly love and believe in yourself, when you act as if you are the best version of yourself, you radiate an energy that attracts others to you. People are naturally drawn to those who exude confidence and self-assurance. By acting as if you are the best, you not only transform your own experience of life, but also inspire and uplift those around you. In the realm of personal growth and self-improvement, the same principle applies. There are those who constantly berate themselves for their shortcomings, who focus on their flaws and limitations. But I tell you, this self-criticism is counterproductive. When you act as if you are the best, when you focus on your strengths and potential rather than your perceived weaknesses, you create the mental and emotional conditions for rapid growth and transformation. Consider the great achievers throughout history. Did they not act as if they were the best, even before their greatness was recognized by the world? Did they not have an unshakable belief in their abilities, their vision, their potential? It was this very belief, this acting as if they were the best, that allowed them to persevere in the face of challenges, to push beyond perceived limitations, to achieve what others thought impossible. Now, let us address a common concern that arises when discussing this principle. Many fear that acting as if they are the best will lead to complacency, to a lack of drive for improvement. But understand this: true greatness, true mastery is not a destination but a journey. When you act as if you are the best, you are not claiming perfection or completion. You are aligning yourself with your highest potential, committing yourself to continuous growth and improvement. Moreover, when you truly embody this principle, you understand that being the best means constantly striving to be better. It means setting higher standards for yourself, pushing your boundaries, expanding your capabilities. The true master, the one who acts as if they are the best, is always a student, always seeking to learn, to grow, to evolve. Let me share with you a personal experience that illustrates the power of this principle. When I first began my career as a lecturer and teacher of these universal truths, I was filled with self-doubt. I compared myself to other speakers, other teachers, always feeling that I fell short. But then I made a decision. I decided to act as if I were the best teacher of these principles, as if no one could convey these truths more effectively than I could. The transformation was immediate and profound. My lectures became more powerful, more impactful. My audience grew and I began to receive invitations to speak at larger venues. But more importantly, I found myself growing, evolving, deepening my understanding of these principles in ways I never had before. By acting as if I were the best, I called forth the best within me. And I continue to do so every day. This principle extends beyond individual achievement. It applies to every role you play in life. As a parent, act as if you are the best parent your child could possibly have. As a friend, act as if you are the most loyal, supportive friend anyone could ask for. As a citizen, act as if you are the most responsible, engaged member of your community. Consider for a moment the nature of your thoughts. Your thoughts are creative power, shaping your reality moment by moment. When you think thoughts of mediocrity, of not being good enough, you create experiences that reflect these beliefs. But when you consistently think thoughts of being the best, of excellence, of mastery, you set in motion forces that will bring these experiences into your life. Now I can hear some of you thinking, but Neville, what about humility? Doesn't the Bible teach us to be humble? And to this I say, true humility is not thinking less of yourself. It's thinking of yourself less. When you act as if you are the best, you are not placing yourself above others. You are simply recognizing and honoring the divine potential within you, the same divine potential that exists within all beings. Think of yourself as a unique instrument in the grand orchestra of the universe. To act as if you are the best is to play your part to the fullest, to contribute your unique tone to the cosmic symphony. It is not about being better than others, but about being the best version of yourself, about fully expressing your divine nature. Let us now explore how you can begin to apply this principle in your daily life. Start by observing your self-talk, the inner conversation you have with yourself. How often do you downplay your abilities, doubt your worth, compare yourself unfavorably to others? Make a conscious decision to change this inner dialogue. Speak to yourself as you would to someone you deeply admire and respect. As you go about your day, carry yourself as if you are the best at what you do. Stand tall, move with purpose, speak with conviction. Act as if success is not just possible, but inevitable. Act as if you are already living your ideal life, as if you have already achieved your grandest dreams. Remember, the outer world is a reflection of your inner state. As you cultivate this feeling of being the best within yourself, your outer world will begin to reflect this belief back to you. You will find yourself attracting opportunities that align with your newfound sense of self-worth. You will notice people responding to you differently, treating you with greater respect and admiration. But here's a crucial point. Do not act as if you are the best out of a need to prove yourself to others or to gain their approval. Act as if you are the best because it is the truth of your being, because it aligns you with your divine nature. The opinions of others are irrelevant. What matters is your own conviction, your own unwavering belief in yourself. As you embrace this principle, you may find that your entire perspective on life begins to shift. Challenges that once seemed insurmountable will appear as opportunities for growth and self-expression. Failures will no longer devastate you, for you will see them as valuable lessons on your journey of continuous improvement. Success will no longer surprise you, for you will see it as the natural result of your alignment with your true divine nature. Consider the words of Jesus, "Be ye perfect, even as your Father which is in heaven is perfect." This is not a command to achieve some impossible standard of perfection. It is a reminder of your true nature, your divine essence. To act as if you are the best is to align yourself with this divine perfection, to allow it to express itself through you in all that you do. Now let us address another aspect of this principle, the impact it has on your ability to serve others. When you act as if you are the best, when you fully step into your power and potential, you become capable of making a greater positive impact on the world around you. You become a beacon of inspiration for others, a living example of what is possible when one fully embraces their divine nature. Many hold themselves back from fully expressing their gifts, from stepping into their power, out of a misguided sense of humility or a fear of outshining others. But I tell you, by dimming your light, by playing small, you are not serving anyone. The world needs you to be your best self, to fully express your unique gifts and talents. By acting as if you are the best, you give others permission to do the same. Let us now turn our attention to the realm of creativity and self-expression. When you act as if you are the best, you free yourself from the paralyzing effects of self-doubt and comparison. You allow your unique creative voice to emerge, unencumbered by fears of judgment or criticism. Think of the great artists, inventors, and innovators throughout history. They did not create their masterpieces by doubting their abilities or constantly comparing themselves to others. They acted as if they were the best, as if their vision and their voice were uniquely valuable and worthy of expression. And in doing so, they brought forth works that continue to inspire and transform the world. You too have within you a wellspring of creativity, a unique perspective, a distinctive voice. When you act as if you are the best, you give yourself permission to fully express this creativity. You silence the inner critic that would hold you back, and you allow your true self to shine forth in all its brilliance. Now let us address a question that often arises when discussing this principle. What about competition? How can everyone be the best? And to this I say, true greatness is not about competing with others. It's about competing with yourself, about constantly striving to be a better version of yourself than you were yesterday. When you act as if you are the best, you are not claiming superiority over others. You are simply committing to bringing your best self to every situation, to every interaction, to every task. You are declaring your intention to live up to your own highest standards, regardless of what others are doing. Moreover, when you truly embody this principle, you understand that there is abundance in the universe. There is room for everyone to be their best self, to fully express their unique gifts. Your success does not come at the expense of others. On the contrary, As you step into your greatness, you create more opportunities for others to do the same. As we delve deeper into this principle, let us consider its application in the face of adversity and challenges. Life will inevitably present you with obstacles, with moments of doubt and uncertainty. It is in these moments that acting as if you are the best becomes most crucial. When faced with a challenge, ask yourself, how would the best version of myself handle this situation? Then act accordingly. Approach the challenge with confidence, with the unwavering belief that you have within you all the resources you need to overcome it. For in truth, every challenge is an opportunity for growth, for the further expression of your innate greatness. Consider the great leaders and visionaries who have changed the course of history. Did they not act as if they were the best, even in the face of seemingly insurmountable odds? Did they not carry themselves with unshakable confidence and conviction, even when the world doubted them? It was this very attitude, this acting as if they were the best, that allowed them to persevere and ultimately triumph. Now, let us, as the common obstacle that prevents many from fully embracing this principle, the fear of failure. Many hold back from acting as if they are the best because they fear that if they fail, they will be exposed as frauds or imposters. But I tell you, this fear is based on a fundamental misunderstanding of the nature of success and failure. Failure is not the opposite of success, it is a part of success. When you act as if you are the best, you understand that every failure is a stepping stone to greater achievement, every setback an opportunity for growth. You approach failure not with fear, but with curiosity and a determination to learn and improve. Moreover, when you truly embody the principle of acting as if you are the best, you understand that your worth is not determined by external outcomes. You are inherently valuable, inherently worthy, simply by virtue of your existence. Your successes do not make you more worthy, and your failures do not make you less worthy. You are already the best, simply by being who you are. As you embrace this truth, as you act from this place of inherent worth and confidence, you will find yourself taking more risks, pursuing bigger dreams, stepping out of your comfort zone. For you will understand that the greatest risk is not in failing, but in never fully expressing your true potential. Let us now explore the relationship between acting as if you are the best and your life's purpose. Many people struggle to find their purpose, feeling lost or unfulfilled. But I tell you, your purpose is intrinsically linked to your unique gifts, to the best version of yourself. As you act as if you are the best, as you fully step into your power and potential, you naturally align with your deepest purpose. Your purpose is not something external to be found, but something internal to be expressed. As you act as if you are the best, as you bring your highest self to every situation, you will find a sense of fulfillment and meaning that cannot be achieved through half-hearted efforts or playing small. Consider the great change makers and innovators throughout history. They found their purpose not by doubting themselves or playing it safe, but by fully embracing their potential, by acting as if they were the best at what they did. In doing so, they not only changed the world, but experienced a profound sense of alignment and fulfillment. You too have within you the power to make a difference, to contribute something unique and valuable to the world. As you embrace the principle of acting as if you are the best, you will naturally align with this deeper purpose. You will find yourself drawn to opportunities that allow you to express your unique gifts, to make your highest contribution to the world. Now, as we near the conclusion of our discourse, I want to impress upon you the importance of persistence in applying this principle. Acting as if you are the best, living from a place of unshakable confidence and self-assurance may feel unnatural at first. You may encounter resistance, both from within yourself and from others who are uncomfortable with your newfound confidence. But I urge you to persist. Make acting as if you are the best a habit, a way of life. Start each day by asking yourself, how would the best version of myself approach this day? How can I bring my highest self to every interaction, every task? As you do this consistently, you will find it becoming easier, more natural. It will become not something you do, but who you are. Remember, you are not alone in this journey. The same power that created the universe flows through you. The same intelligence that orchestrates the dance of galaxies is at work in your life, guiding you towards the full expression of your divine nature. Trust in this power. Align yourself with it by maintaining the unwavering practice of acting as if you are the best. In closing, I want to leave you with this thought: the state of being the best, of living in alignment with your highest potential, is not something external to be achieved. It is a state of consciousness to be assumed. As you act as if you are the best, as you live from this state of unshakable confidence and self-assurance, you are not pretending or deceiving yourself. You are aligning with your true nature, your higher self, the divine within you that knows no limitations. So go forth, my dear friends, and act as if you are the best in all that you do. Carry yourself with the confidence of one who knows their true worth. Speak with the authority of one who is aligned with their divine nature. Act with the certainty of one who understands that they are a unique and valuable expression of the infinite. Remember, the world is yourself pushed out. As you act as if you are the best, as you embody the state of confidence and self-assurance, you set in motion forces beyond your comprehension. You activate the law of assumption, drawing to yourself experiences that reflect your newfound sense of self-worth and capability. Let your every thought, word, and action spring from this new state of being. Let your inner conversation reflect the reality of being the best version of yourself. Speak to yourself and others as one who is fully aligned with their highest potential would speak. Carry yourself with the quiet confidence of one who knows that they are capable of greatness in all areas of life. And above all, have faith. Faith not as a mere belief, but as the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. Let your faith in your own inherent worth and capability be unshakable. For it is the very force that will move mountains and part seas to bring about the manifestation of your grandest dreams and deepest desires. As we conclude, I want you to take a moment to fully embrace this truth. Close your eyes, if you will, and feel the reality of being the best version of yourself. Feel the confidence, the self-assurance, the sense of purpose and alignment. Let it permeate every cell of your being. Breathe it in. Let it fill your lungs, your heart, your entire body. Now, with this feeling firmly established within you, go forth into your day. Let this feeling be the lens through which you view the world. Let it inform your every interaction, your every decision. For as you do so, you are literally reshaping your reality, molding it to match your inner vision of being the best. Remember, my dear friends, you are divine beings, co-creators with the infinite. The power to shape your reality lies within you. It always has, and it always will. By choosing to act as if you are the best, to live from a place of unshakable confidence and self-assurance, you are claiming this power, stepping into your divine birthright. So I say to you, with all the love and conviction in my heart, act as if you are the best, for in the deepest, truest sense, you already are. The greatness is within you. Claim it, embody it, express it, and watch in awe as your outer world transforms to match your inner reality of being the best version of yourself. Go now and create a life of unparalleled achievement and fulfillment through the practice of acting as if you are the best. For you are the operant power, the divine creative force, the I Am presence in your world. And all things are possible to you. Blessings upon you all, and may your journey be filled with the joy of self-discovery and the sweet satisfaction of living in alignment with your highest potential. As we embark on this journey together, I ask you to cast aside all notions of limitation, all beliefs of scarcity, and all fears that have held you in their grip. For in this moment, and in every moment hereafter, you possess the divine ability to compress eternity into the present instant. You are, in essence, the master of time itself. Consider, if you will, the nature of time. What is it truly? Is it the relentless ticking of the clock, the steady march of seconds, minutes, and hours? Or is it something far more fluid, far more malleable than we have been led to believe? I tell you now with absolute certainty that time is nothing more than a construct of consciousness, a canvas upon which we paint the masterpiece of our lives. When you act as if you have no time left, you are not surrendering to a finite existence. Rather, you are claiming your birthright as an infinite being, capable of transcending the illusion of linear time. You are stepping into the eternal now, where all possibilities exist simultaneously, where your deepest desires are already fulfilled. Let us pause for a moment and truly contemplate this idea. Close your eyes, if you will, and imagine that this very instant is all you have. Feel the weight of that realization settle upon you. Now ask yourself, if this were truly my last moment, what would I do? How would I feel? What truths would I speak? What love would I express? As you sit there, eyes closed, fully immersed in the reality of this eternal now, you are tapping into the infinite power of your imagination. You are, at this very moment, breaking free from the shackles of past regrets and future anxieties. For what is imagination if not the very substance of eternity, the evidence of reality is not yet seen in the world of Caesar? Now open your eyes and look around you. The world may appear unchanged, but I assure you, a profound shift has occurred within you. You have, for a brief moment, lived in the compression of time. You have experienced the intensity and clarity that comes when we shed the illusion of endless tomorrows. But let us not be content with mere glimpses of this timeless state. The art of acting as if you have no time left requires consistent practice, unwavering focus, and a willingness to live with an intensity that may at first seem overwhelming. It demands that you maintain the urgency of your last moment, not just in quiet contemplation, but in every waking instant of your day. Imagine, if you will, a man who truly understands that his time is limited. He does not procrastinate. He does not waste precious moments on trivial matters. He speaks his truth boldly, loves deeply, creates passionately. How does this man carry himself? How does he interact with others? How does he approach his goals and dreams? This man, my friends, moves through the world with a sense of purpose that is palpable. He doesn't wait for the right time to pursue his passions. He understands that now is the only time there is. He doesn't hold back his love or his forgiveness, for he knows that each interaction could be his last. He creates with abandon, pouring his entire being into his work, for he understands that his creations are his legacy. This man is not living in fear of death. On the contrary, he is more alive than ever before. By embracing the finite nature of his physical existence, he has tapped into the infinite night nature of his consciousness. He has compressed eternity into each moment, and in doing so, he has discovered the secret to truly living. Now, some of you may be thinking, but Neville, if I act as if I have no time left, won't I become anxious or desperate? Won't I neglect my responsibilities in a mad rush to live life to the fullest? These are natural concerns, born from a misunderstanding of what it truly means to live, as if you have no time left. You see, acting as if you have no time left is not about frantically trying to cram a lifetime of experiences into each day. It's not about neglecting your duties or living recklessly. It's about bringing a new level of awareness, of presence to each moment of your life. It's about recognizing the preciousness of time and using it wisely in alignment with your highest purpose. When you truly embody this state of timelessness, you find that you naturally prioritize what's truly important. You stop putting off your dreams for some mythical future date. You cease engaging in petty conflicts or holding on to grudges. You begin to live from your highest self, expressing your divine nature in each thought, word, and deed. Consider the words of Scripture. Be ye therefore perfect, even as your Father which is in heaven is perfect. This is not a command to achieve some impossible standard of behavior. It is an invitation to recognize your true nature, your oneness with the divine. When you act as if you have no time left, you are claiming this divine perfection in the eternal now. But how, you may ask, does one begin this practice? How does one act as if they have no time left in a world that seems designed to distract and delay? The answer, my dear friends, lies in the power of your wonderful human imagination. Your imagination is the very bridge between time and eternity, the tool by which you can collapse life into moments. Begin by selecting a scene, a short, simple scene that embodies the life you would live if you truly had no time left. Perhaps it's a scene of you boldly declaring your love to someone you've admired from afar. Maybe it's the feeling of satisfaction as you put the final touches on your life's work. Or it could be the peace you feel as you forgive someone who has wronged you, knowing that life is too short for resentment. Now, enter that scene in your imagination. Do not merely visualize it as if watching a movie. Step into it. Be the protagonist in this drama of your creation. Feel the urgency, the clarity, the aliveness that comes with knowing this could be your final act. Make it as real and as vivid as you possibly can. And most importantly, feel the emotion, the intensity, the passion, the love that this compressed moment brings you. Repeat this imaginal act night after night, day after day. Let it be the last thing you experience before drifting off to sleep, and the first thing you return to upon waking. Live in this state as often as you can, for in doing so, you are collapsing time. You are acting as if you have no time left. As you persist in this practice, you will begin to notice profound shifts in your outer world. You may find yourself naturally taking bold actions that you previously would have postponed. You may notice a new depth in your relationships as you express your true feelings without hesitation. You may discover wells of creativity and productivity that you never knew you possessed. These changes, my friends, are not coincidences. They are the natural result of your shift in consciousness. They are the physical manifestation of your new understanding of time and your place within it. Do not question them. Do not doubt them. Simply accept them with gratitude, knowing that they are confirmation of the truth you have accepted in your imagination. But what of those moments when the old habits of procrastination and delay creep back in? What of those times when the world of Caesar seems to demand that you put off your dreams, that you wait for beams? This, beloved, is where your resolve is tested and strengthened. Remember, the outer world is a shadow a reflection of past states of consciousness. It takes time for this shadow to fully align with your new state of being. During this period of transition, you must stand firm in your conviction. You must persist in your assumption that now is the only time you have to. When you feel yourself slipping back into old patterns, do not fight it. Do not resist it. Simply observe it, acknowledge it, and then gently return to the feeling of timeless urgency. Remind yourself that your imagination is the reality and that the word of Caesar must conform to it in due time. For it is written, the vision has its own appointed hour, it ripens, it will flower. If it be long, then wait, for it is sure, and it will not be late. As you continue to act as if you have no time left, you will find that your entire being begins to shift. Your thoughts naturally align with purposeful action. Your words carry the weight of truth and immediacy. Your actions spring from a place of clarity and conviction. You no longer wait for the perfect moment. You create perfection in each moment. This, my dear friends, is the art and science of living in the eternal now. It is the method by which you can transcend the limitations of linear time and step into the fullness of your divine nature. It is not a denial of death, but a profound affirmation of life. It is the practical application of the eternal power that resides within you, the power that is your divine birthright. As we delve deeper into this practice, let us consider the nature of reality itself. In the world of Caesar, reality appears fixed and unyielding, a solid construct that we must navigate with caution. But in the realm of imagination, in the kingdom of God within you, reality is fluid. Past, present, and future exist simultaneously, and you have the power to select the reality you wish to experience. When you act as if you have no time left, you are essentially stepping out of the illusion of fixed reality and into the fluid reality of imagination. You are selecting from the infinite possibilities that exist, the reality that aligns with your highest self. And as you dwell in that reality in your imagination, compressing eternity into each moment, you draw it into your physical experience. Consider the words of Scripture. In the twinkling of an eye, we shall all be changed. This is not a prophecy about some future event. It is a profound truth about the nature of consciousness. In the instant that you shift your awareness, in the moment that you decide to live, as if you have no time left, you are changed. And as you change, the world around you must change to reflect your new state of being. But my beloved listeners, I must caution you. This power is not to be used frivolously or for the harm of others. For in harming others, you only harm yourself. Remember, in the timeless reality of your true self, there is no other. We are all one, all expressions of the same divine consciousness. Therefore, use this power wisely for the betterment of all. As you practice acting as if you have no time left, you may find that your priorities begin to shift. What once seemed important may lose its urgency. What you thought you wanted may pale in comparison to the deep callings of your soul that now demand expression. This is natural and beautiful. It is a sign of your expanding consciousness, your growing awareness of what truly matters in the eternal now. Embrace these shifts. Allow your imagination to soar beyond the confines of your current desires. For in truth, the ultimate aim of this practice is not merely to accomplish more in less time, but to fully realize your oneness with the divine. It is to know beyond all doubt that you are an eternal being having a temporary human experience, that you are limitless, that you are, in essence, God expressing itself as you. Now, let us address a question that may have arisen in your minds. If I am to act as if I have no time left, does this mean I should abandon all long-term planning? Should I disregard the future entirely? The answer, my friends, is both yes and no. You see, abandoning long-term planning in the conventional sense is not the same as acting as if you have no time left. To truly embody this state requires a shift in consciousness so profound that your relationship with the future itself is transformed. You do not ignore the future, you bring it into the present through the power of your imagination. Imagine, if you will, a great artist working on their masterpiece. They do not fret about whether they will finish the work. They do not constantly check the clock or worry about running out of work time. They are fully immersed in the act of creation, bringing their entire being into each brushstroke. Yet, at the same time, they hold the vision of the completed work in their imagination. This is how you must approach your life when you act as if you have no time left. You bring the full force of your being into each moment while simultaneously holding the vision of your fulfilled desires in your imagination. You do not work towards your goals. You live from the state of their fulfillment now. As you practice this, you will find that your relationship with time itself begins to change. What once felt like a limited resource to be carefully rationed now becomes an abundant wellspring of possibility. For you understand that in the eternal now, there is time for everything that truly matters. But remember, my dear friends, this is not about cramming more activities into each day. It is about bringing more life into each moment. It is about understanding that the fullness of existence is available to you here and now, if only you have the courage to claim it. Now, let us delve deeper into the practical aspects of this practice. How does one maintain this state of timeless urgency throughout the day, amidst the demands and distractions of daily life? The key lies in cultivating a new habit of thought, a new way of perceiving and interacting with the world around you. Begin each day by immersing yourself in the feeling of timelessness. Before you open your eyes in the morning, spend a few moments in the eternal now, feeling the urgency and aliveness that comes from knowing this day could be your last. Let this feeling permeate your entire being so that you carry it with you as you rise and begin your day. As you go about your daily activities, continuously remind yourself of the preciousness of each moment. When faced with a decision, ask yourself, if this were my last day on earth, what would I choose? This simple question can shift your perspective dramatically, allowing you to approach situations from a place of clarity and purpose, rather than habit or fear. Practice gratitude for each moment, not from a place of scarcity, but from a place of abundance. Be thankful not for what you hope to experience in the future, but for what you are experiencing now. This attitude of gratitude aligns you with the frequency of the eternal now, drawing more reasons to be grateful into your life. Watch your words carefully, for they are powerful creators. Speak as if each word could be your last. Eliminate phrases of postponement or delay from your vocabulary. Instead of saying, I'll do it tomorrow, say, I choose to do this now. Instead of saying, I'm waiting for the right time, say, now is the right time. Choose them as if they were your last. In your interactions with others, bring a new level of presence and authenticity. Listen as if it were the last time you would hear their voice. Speak your truth as if it were your final opportunity to do so. Love as if this moment were all you had. For in truth, this moment is all you ever have. When you find yourself slipping back into old patterns of procrastination or delay, do not berate yourself. Simply observe it, acknowledge it, and gently guide your consciousness back to the state of timeless urgency. Remember, this is a practice. Like any skill, it takes time and patience to master. Be kind to yourself as you learn and grow. As you persist in this practice, you will begin to notice a profound shift in your perception of the world. What once seemed like obstacles become opportunities for growth and expression. What once caused you anxiety is now met with calm resolve. You will find yourself naturally taking inspired action, effortlessly moving towards the realization of your deepest desires. But here, my beloved listeners, is where many stumble. As they begin to see the fruits of their new state of consciousness manifesting in the physical world, they become excited and impatient. They start to wonder how much time it will take for their desires to fully manifest. They look for signs and try to figure out the how and when of their manifestations. In doing so, they slip out of the timeless now and back into the linear thinking of past and future. This is a crucial point in your journey. When you begin to see your life transforming, when you notice the world rearranging itself to accommodate your new reality, you must hold steady in your assumption. Do not be moved by appearances. Do not try to figure out how or when your desire will manifest. Simply continue to live from the state of timeless urgency, knowing with unshakable faith that what you have imagined must come to pass. Remember the words of Scripture. Now faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen, your faith. Your absolute knowing that now is the only time there is the very substance that brings your desires into physical manifestation. It is the evidence of the unseen reality that exists in your imagination. As you continue to act as if you have no time left, you may find that your relationship with desire itself begins to change. You may discover that the joy you sought in the fulfillment of your desires was available to you all along. For in truth, the state of timeless urgency is not about frantically chasing after experiences. It is a state of consciousness, a way of being in the world. When you truly embody this state, you realize that there is nothing to seek, nothing to strive for. Everything you could ever want or need is available to you now, waiting to be expressed. This realization brings a profound sense of peace and fulfillment. You no longer postpone your joy, for you know that joy is the very essence of your being, available in each eternal moment. This, my dear friends, is the ultimate freedom. It is the state of being that all spiritual teachings point towards. It is the kingdom of heaven that is within you. When you act as if you have no time left, you are claiming your rightful place in this kingdom. You are acknowledging your oneness with the divine, your role as a co-creator of reality. But let us be clear, This state of consciousness does not mean that you become reckless or irresponsible. On the contrary, when you act as if you have no time left, you become more responsible, more intentional in your choices. You become acutely aware of the impact of your thoughts, words, and actions. You understand that each moment is an opportunity to express your highest self, to contribute to the world in a meaningful way. As we near the end of our time together, I want to address a question that may have arisen in your minds. If I am to act as if I have no time left, does this mean I should never rest or take time for self-care? The answer, my beloved, is that rest and self-care take on a new meaning when you live from this state of consciousness. You see, when you act as if you have no time left, your rest becomes more restful, your self-care more nurturing. For you understand the preciousness of these moments. You don't rest out of exhaustion or escape, but out of a deep honoring of your being. You don't engage in self-care out of obligation or fear, but out of love for the divine expression that you are. In this state, you may find that you accomplish more than you ever thought possible, yet with less struggle and strain. For you are no longer pushing against the current of life, but flowing with it. You are no longer trying to make things happen in some imagined future, but allowing them to unfold naturally in the eternal now. And so, my dear friends, as we conclude this exploration of acting as if you have no time left, I urge you to take this practice into your daily life. Begin now in this very moment to live from the state of timeless urgency. Feel the aliveness, the clarity, the love that comes from knowing that now is all you have. Remember, this is not about living in fear of death. It is about embracing the fullness of life. It is about aligning yourself with the deepest truth of your being. It is about claiming your divine inheritance as an eternal being expressing itself in time. As you leave this place and return to your daily lives, carry with you the knowledge that now is the only time there is. Let it inform your thoughts, your words, your actions. Let it transform your perception of the world and your place in it. For in truth, you are not separate from the world. You are the world, experiencing itself through your unique perspective. Act as if you have no time left, and watch as your life takes on a new depth and richness. Live from the eternal now, and see how your path unfolds before you with grace and ease. Be the person who compresses eternity into each moment, and discover that you have always been that person, waiting to be acknowledged and expressed. Go forth, my beloved, and create the life you desire. For you are the operant power. You are the divine made flesh. You are the creator of your reality. Everything you could ever want or need is available to you now. Claim it, live it, and always remember the world is yourself pushed out. As you transform your inner world, your outer world must follow. This is the law. This is the promise. This is the truth that sets you free. In closing, I leave you with this thought. Each breath you take is both your first and your last. Each moment is a beginning and an ending. In this paradox lies the secret of eternal life. For when you fully embrace the finite nature of your physical existence, you tap into the infinite nature of your consciousness. Live as if you have no time left, and you will discover that you have all the time in the world. For in the eternal now, time ceases to be a limitation and becomes a canvas for your creative expression. Thank you, my dear friends, for your attention and your willingness to explore these profound truths. May you go forth in the knowing that you are loved, that you are powerful beyond measure, and that now is the only time there is. For you are, in truth, the eternal expressed in time. God bless you all.
Ladies and gentlemen, esteemed friends, and seekers of truth, I stand before you today to impart a message of profound importance. A message that has the power to transform your life in ways you may have never imagined possible. The topic of our discourse is this: act as you can handle anything. Now, I ask you to open your minds and hearts, for what I am about to share with you is not merely a collection of words, but a key to unlocking the infinite potential that resides within you. Let us begin by understanding a fundamental truth. Your outer world is nothing more than a reflection of your inner world. Every circumstance, every event, every person you encounter in your daily life is but a mirror of your own consciousness. This may seem a bold claim, but I assure you it is the very foundation upon which the power of your imagination rests. When you act as if you can handle anything, you are not merely putting on a brave face or engaging in empty posturing. No, my dear friends, you are engaging in the most potent form of creation known to man. You are, in essence, commanding the very fabric of reality to conform to your will. I've said of your gods, and all of you are children of the Most High. These are not mere poetic flourishes, but a profound statement of truth. You are, in your essence, a divine being imbued with the very power of creation. When you truly grasp this truth, when you feel it in the very marrow of your bones, you will understand that there is nothing, absolutely nothing, that you cannot handle. But how? You may ask, as one begin to act as if they can handle anything? The answer, my friends, lies in the power of your imagination. Your imagination is not some frivolous faculty, useful only for daydreaming or escaping reality. No, your imagination is the very workshop in which you forge your reality. When you face a challenge, when you encounter a situation that seems overwhelming, I urge you to close your eyes and enter the theater of your mind. See yourself handling the situation with ease and grace. Feel the confidence coursing through your veins. Hear the words of praise and admiration from those around you. Taste the sweet nectar of success. In short, live in your imagination as if you have already triumphed. This is not mere positive thinking or wishful daydreaming. This is the art of consciously using your imagination to impress upon your subconscious mind the reality you wish to experience. For you see, your subconscious mind does not distinguish between what is vividly imagined and what is actually experienced in the physical world. When you consistently impress upon your subconscious mind the image of yourself as someone who can handle anything, you are literally reprogramming your entire being. You are changing the very essence of who you are at the deepest level. And as you change within, the outer world has no choice but to change in accordance. Now, some of you may be thinking, but Neville, surely there are some things that are truly beyond our control. How can we act as if we can handle these things? To this I say, there's nothing outside of you. The entire universe exists within your consciousness. What you perceive as external circumstances are merely outpicturings of your own states of consciousness. When you truly internalize this truth, you will understand that by changing your inner state, by firmly establishing within yourself the conviction that you can handle anything, you are quite literally changing the universe. For the universe, its infinite wisdom, always conspires to bring about the conditions that match your inner state. Let me share with you a simple technique that you can use to cultivate this state of unshakable confidence. Before you go to sleep each night, enter into a state of relaxation. Allow your body to become completely at ease and your mind to become still. Then, in this receptive state, begin to imagine a scene that implies you have already become the person who can handle anything. Perhaps you see yourself confidently addressing a large audience or skillfully navigating a complex business negotiation. Maybe you picture yourself remaining calm and centered in the face of a personal crisis. The specific scene is not important. What matters is that it implies the fulfillment of your desire to be someone who can handle anything. As you imagine this scene, allow yourself to fully enter into it. Feel the emotions you would feel if this were actually happening. Experience the sensations in your body. Hear the sounds, smell the scents, taste the flavors. Make it as real and vivid as possible. Then, holding this image and these feelings, drift off to sleep. What you're doing in this exercise is impressing upon your subconscious mind that its most receptive state, the reality you wish to experience, your subconscious mind, being the faithful servant that it is, will then go to work to bring about the conditions that match this inner image. Now, I want to address a common misconception. Some of you may be thinking, but Neville, isn't this just self-deception? Aren't we fooling ourselves by pretending we can handle things that we actually can't? There's no pretending. There's no self-deception. There is only the recognition and acceptance of your true nature as a divine being. When you act as if you can handle anything, you are not putting on an act. You are stepping into your true identity. You are claiming your birthright as a child of God, as a being of infinite potential. This is not arrogance or hubris. This is the humble acceptance of the truth of your being. Consider the words of Jesus. Therefore, I tell you, whatever you ask for in prayer, believe that you have received it, and it will be yours. This is not a promise of some future fulfillment. This is a statement of a present reality. When you truly believe, when you act from the conviction that you have already received what you desire, you align yourself with the creative power of the universe. This principle applies to every aspect of your life. Whether you're facing a challenging work situation, a difficult relationship, a health crisis, or any other perceived obstacle, the key is to act from the state of having already overcome it. Feel the relief, the joy, the confidence that comes from having handled the situation successfully. As you do this, you may find that the outer circumstances begin to shift in ways that seem miraculous. People may suddenly become more cooperative. Resources may appear as if out of nowhere. Solutions to problems may present themselves with surprising ease. This is not coincidence or luck. This is the natural result of aligning your inner state with the outcome you desire. But what about those times when, despite your best efforts, things seem to go wrong? What about those moments when you feel overwhelmed, when you doubt your ability to handle what life has thrown at you? In these moments, my dear friends, it is more important than ever to persist in your assumption. Remember, what you're experiencing in the outer world is merely the shadow of past thoughts and assumptions. It is the fruit of seeds planted in the past. But you have the power here and now to plant new seeds. You have the power to choose a new assumption, to step into a new state of being. In these challenging moments, return to your imagination. Step once again into that inner theater. See yourself moving through the challenge with ease and grace. Feel the strength and confidence flowing through you. No, with unshakable certainty that you can and will handle whatever comes your way. As you do this, you may find that the very nature of the challenge begins to change. What once seemed insurmountable may suddenly reveal itself as an opportunity for growth. What appeared as an obstacle may transform into a stepping stone. For when you change your perception, you change your reality. Now, some of you may be wondering, but Neville, how long will it take for my outer world to reflect this new inner state? To this I sigh. Time is an illusion of the physical world. In the realm of spirit, in the realm of your true being, there is only the eternal now. Your task is not to worry about when or how your desire will manifest. Your task is to live here and now in the state of its fulfillment. Act as if you can handle anything, not because you are waiting for this ability to manifest in the future, but because you recognize it as your true nature in this very moment. As you consistently maintain this state, you will find that your outer world begins to rearrange itself to match your inner conviction. The speed at which this occurs is not important. What matters is your unwavering faith, your persistent assumption of the state of being you desire. Let me share with you a powerful affirmation that you can use to reinforce this state. I am whole, perfect, strong, powerful, loving, harmonious, and happy. Repeat this to yourself throughout the day, especially in moments when you feel challenged or doubtful. Let these words sink deep into your consciousness, becoming the very foundation of your being. As you do this, you may find that your entire perception of life begins to shift. Challenges that once seemed daunting may now appear as exciting opportunities for growth. Situations that once caused fear may now fill you with a sense of eager anticipation. For when you truly know that you can handle anything, life becomes an adventure rather than a struggle. But remember, my dear friends, this is not about becoming invincible in the physical sense. It is not about never experiencing difficulties or setbacks. Rather, it is about cultivating an inner state of unshakable confidence and peace, regardless of outer circumstances. Think of it this way. Just as the depths of the ocean remain calm even when the surface is whipped into a frenzy by a storm, so too can your inner being remain serene and confident even amidst the turbulence of life. This inner calm, this unwavering certainty that you can handle anything, becomes your anchor in any storm. Now, let us delve deeper into the mechanics of how this transformation occurs. When you act as if you can handle anything, you are engaging in what I call the law of assumption. This law states that if you assume a certain state of being and persist in that assumption, it must become your reality. This is not wishful thinking or mere positive affirmation. This is a fundamental law of consciousness. Just as the law of gravity operates consistently in the physical world, so does the law of assumption operate consistently in the realm of consciousness. When you assume the state of being someone who can handle anything, you're literally reconfiguring your entire being. Your thoughts, your emotions, your very vibration shifts to align with this new state. And as you persist in this state, the outer world has no choice but to conform to this new inner reality. Consider for a moment the story of David and Goliath. On the surface, it appears to be a tale of an underdog triumphing against impossible odds. But viewed through the lens of the law of assumption, we see a different story. David did not see himself as an underdog. He assumed a state of victory before the battle even began. He acted as if he could handle anything, including a giant warrior who had struck fear into the hearts of seasoned soldiers. In your life, you will face many Goliaths. These may take the form of challenging circumstances, difficult people, or your own limiting beliefs. But remember, just as David did, you have the power to assume the state of victory before the battle even begins. You have the power to act as if you can handle anything. And in doing so, to transform the very nature of the challenges you face. But how? You may ask, does one maintain this state of assumption in the face of contrary evidence? How does one continue to act as if they can handle anything when the outer world seems to be crumbling around them? The answer lies in understanding the nature of reality itself. What you perceive as solid, immutable reality is in fact incredibly fluid and responsive to your consciousness. The world you see around you is not an objective, fixed entity. It is a reflection of your own states of consciousness, constantly shifting and changing in response to your inner worlds. When you truly grasp this truth, you will understand that the evidence of your senses is always secondary to the truth of your being. Your task is not to deny or fight against what your senses show you, but to persist in your assumption regardless of appearances. This requires a certain level of mental discipline, a willingness to stand firm in your conviction, even when the outer world seems to contradict it. But as you practice this, as you consistently choose to act from the state of being able to handle anything, you will find that your outer world begins to shift to match this inner state. Remember, the power that creates worlds resides within you. You are not a helpless victim of circumstances, but a divine creator shaping your reality with every thought, every feeling, every assumption. When you act as if you can handle anything, you are exercising this creative power in its highest form. Now, I want to address a question that often arises when discussing these principles. But never, what about other people? Surely we can't control their actions or attitudes. To this I say, there are no other people in the way you might think. What you perceive as separate individuals are, in fact, aspects of your own consciousness, playing roles in the grand drama of your life. This may seem like a radical idea, but consider for a moment. Have you ever noticed how people tend to treat you in accordance with how you expect to be treated? Have you ever observed how your relationships seem to reflect your own inner attitudes and beliefs? This is not coincidence. This is the law of assumption at work. When you truly embody the state of someone who can handle anything, you will find that the people in your life begin to reflect this back to you. Those who once seemed difficult or challenging may suddenly become supportive and cooperative. Those who once triggered feelings of inadequacy, you may now inspire feelings of confidence and capability. This is not because you have changed them, but because you have changed yourself. As you assume the state of being able to handle anything, you are literally recasting the roles of everyone in your life. You are rewriting the script of your life's drama from a place of empowerment and confidence. But remember, this is not about controlling or manipulating others. It is about recognizing your own divine nature and allowing it to express itself fully in every aspect of your life. As you do this, you will find that your relationships become more harmonious, your interactions more fulfilling, and your overall experience of life more joyful and empowering. Now, let us explore how this principle of acting as if you can handle anything applies to specific areas of your life. In your career, for instance, imagine how differently you would approach challenges if you truly believed you could handle anything that came your way. How would you carry yourself in meetings? How would you tackle difficult projects? How would you interact with colleagues and superiors? When you act from this state of unshakable confidence, you naturally command respect and admiration. Opportunities that once seemed out of reach may suddenly present themselves. Promotions and advancements may come with surprising ease. This is not because the outer circumstances have changed, but because you have changed. You have aligned yourself with a higher state of being, and the outer world has no choice but to reflect this back to you. In your personal relationships, acting as if you can handle anything can lead to profound transformations. Imagine approaching your partnerships from a place of complete self-assurance and inner peace. How would this change the dynamic? How would it affect the way you communicate, the way you give and receive love? When you no longer come from a place of neediness or fear, when you truly know that you can handle anything, your relationships naturally become more balanced and fulfilling. You attract partners who reflect your own inner strength and confidence. Conflicts that once seemed insurmountable now become opportunities for growth and deeper connection. In matters of health and well-being, the principle of acting as if you can handle anything is particularly powerful. Your body is incredibly responsive to your mental and emotional states. When you truly believe that you can handle any health challenge that comes your way, you create an inner environment that supports healing and vitality. This doesn't mean denying or ignoring health issues. Rather, it means approaching them from a place of empowerment rather than fear. It means trusting in your body's innate wisdom and ability to heal. It means knowing at the deepest level that you have the strength and resilience to overcome any health challenge. As you consistently maintain this state of inner confidence and trust, you may find that your physical health begins to improve in ways that seem miraculous. Chronic conditions may begin to alleviate. Your energy levels may increase. Your overall sense of well-being may soar. Again, this is not magic or wishful thinking. This is the natural result of aligning your inner state with the outcome you desire. Now, I want to address a common pitfall that many people encounter on this journey. It's the tendency to judge oneself harshly when things don't seem to be manifesting as quickly or easily as desired. Remember, my dear friends, judgment is a state that keeps you bound to the very conditions you wish to change. Instead of judging yourself or your progress, practice compassion and persistence. If you find yourself slipping back into old patterns of doubt or fear, gently guide your attention back to the state of knowing you can handle anything. This is not a battle or a struggle. It is a gentle, persistent realignment with your true nature. Think of it tuning a musical instrument. When a string goes out of tune, you don't berate the instrument or give up in frustration. You simply adjust the string, bring it back into harmony. In the same way, when you find yourself out of alignment with the state of being able to handle anything, simply readjust. Return to your imagination. Step once again into the feeling of unshakable confidence and capability. As you practice this, you will find that maintaining this state becomes easier and more natural. What once required conscious effort now becomes your default way of being. You begin to embody the truth of who you really are. A divine being of infinite potential, capable of handling anything and everything that life presents. Now let's explore how this principle can be applied to goals and aspirations. When you act as if you can handle anything, you naturally set bigger goals for yourself.